Hi everybody, this is Shauna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. In today's video, you're going to learn about everything you need to know so that you can teach the Vowel Team syllable type using the Dyslexia Training Institute scope and sequence. So let's get into it. In the Dyslexia Training Institute program, the syllable types are divided into 7 different types. Vowel Teams is the 4th syllable type that we teach. No matter what syllable type we're teaching, we always begin in the same way. And that's by giving out a rule card. In this case, the rule card will say that we have a vowel team situation when we have a syllable where there's 2 vowels side by side. And in the vowel team, we have the first vowel that's going to say its long sound, and the second vowel is just going to sit there silently. Let's take a word like meat. In this case, when we tap it out, we hear e, t. So there's only 3 sounds. There's the for the M. The E is being made by that EA. We can hear the long E sound, but the A just sits there silently. And then we have the T for the T. When we introduce a new syllable type, we always begin with the rule card, and then we try to cement that concept in the student's brain by telling a story. In this case, we say that the 2 vowels in the vowel team syllable type are siblings. E is the older one, so E is walking first and holding A's hand. They're side by side. And A is a little bit shy. So when they come upon an adult, they always have E do the talking. And A just sits there silently behind the E and is a little bit shy. Now that we've introduced this idea of vowel teams by giving out a rule card and by hanging the concept on a story, now it's time to work with this idea of vowel teams in a whole variety of multisensory ways. And we'll do this through adding the different vowel teams to the visual drill and the auditory drill card packs. We'll do the magnetic letter tile drill for spelling and the magnetic letter tile drill for reading. We will do the blending drill. So when we introduce a new syllable type, we always go back to the blending drill. We're working with 1 syllable words. Once a student has mastered using vowel teams in a 1 syllable way, then we switch from the blending drill to the syllable card drill, where we'll create like multi-syllable words. And as always, we will work with reading and writing. So we'll read isolated words. We will read words in connected text in a story. Then we'll write single words, isolated words, and then we'll write connected text, which would be sentences. When we teach vowel teams, we always move from the simple to the most complex ideas. So that's why there's a set order in which we're going to teach those vowel teams. We'll begin with the A-I-A-Y vowel teams, and then we'll move on to the list that you see here. And, I probably introduce 1, maybe 2 vowel teams in each lesson. You just move at the pace of the student, but it's okay to go slowly. Card sorts are a great way to teach the concept of the different vowel team pairs. And so when I'm teaching AI and AY, I'll put a whole bunch of different words on little cards, and then I'll have the students sort them under headings of where are these combos appearing in the word. Are they at the start of the word? Are they in the middle? Or are they at the end? And this helps the student to see patterns. For example, we won't see words that end in AI. We'll see that when we're doing vowel teams, the AY is the combo that's used at the end of words. That's really useful information. And what's happening in the middle of words? Well, almost always we're going to see the AI being used there. What happens at the start of words? Well, there's not many, but aim would be one where we see AI at the start. We want to be explicit in our teaching, and we're trying to resolve confusion, not create it. So it is important to tell the students that there is a different syllable type, one that we're going to teach after vowel teams, in which we have 2 vowels side by side, but instead of having the first one do the talking and the second one stay silent, which was what happens in vowel teams, in this other syllable type, the vowel diphthong, in this case we have 2 vowels walking side by side, but instead they make a brand new sound. And that's okay. That's just a different syllable type, and we'll get there. Now it's time to teach the students about how to add suffixes to the vowel team syllable type. And this one's really easy. When we have a vowel team, if we want to add a suffix, whether it is a vowel suffix like ing or a consonant suffix, a suffix that starts with a consonant like ment, It doesn't matter. We're just going to slam the suffix on. And we'll prove this point by having them do scooping drills. We'll have them make word sums. We'll work with this in syllable card drills. And we'll do this by writing single words and also in the connected text as well. And reading isolated words in connected text too. Once the student has mastered working with vowel teams that are in one syllable words, then we can take that blending drill and put it aside, and instead we'll put the syllable card drill back into the lesson. And it might look something like this. And as always, we'll be working with prefixes as well. The students have a lot of practice by the time they get to vowel teams. They've been using prefixes for a long time now. And we're going to reiterate that when we put prefixes onto bases, no matter what syllable type it is, we just slam it on. There's no spelling rules there. And we'll say, I always tell the students, where do the spelling rules happen? They happen between, it's the end of the base, and then where that suffix begins. So that space in between, that's where the spelling rule happens. So with prefixes, there's no spelling rules. You just slam it on. I find that the hardest thing for the students to master when we're teaching vowel teams is the idea that there's so many words where there's going to be two words that sound exactly the same but mean something different. And then how do you spell it? How do you read it? Think of meat. We have M-E-A-T. I have meat on my plate versus M-E-E-T, which is I'm going to meet you for dinner. How do we get the students to master, meat, feet? There's so many, beat. Well, one thing that I do is I'll put them all on index cards, all these words, and then we'll have a whole pile of EA words and a whole pile of EE words. And then we'll string them out on the floor, and the student can sort them however they want. And we'll make a little story that connects all the EA words and then another story that connects all the EE words. And then they can remember that keyword sentence, and they'll have all the words that are EA in their mind. So that's one thing that I do, and it does seem to work. That's it. You did it. You covered all the different concepts in the vowel team syllable type. Thanks for watching. This is Shauna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy.